Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott's Selections here for Monday, April 19th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We're going to pick up a loss with the Nationals team total over 4.5 and minus 118 on DraftKings. It's always unfortunate when you fade a bad pitcher and then he suddenly remembers how to pitch once you fade him. That's what happened yesterday. Bumgarner was awful in his first couple of appearances, and then we faded him, and he was fantastic yesterday. 5 innings, 1 run. I think he gave up 2 hits. Either way, the Nationals had some opportunities against the bullpen in the later innings, but couldn't come through, stranded some guys on base, and we picked up a loss. But it happens. We'll look for a bounce-back winner here on Monday. Before the play of the day, we're going back to basketball. It's going to be a matchup between the Bulls and the Celtics. And the play of the day is going to be on the home team here. We like the Celtics -6, minus 110 on Fox by the time recording of 2:30 a.m. Eastern Time. A couple reasons why I like the Celtics in the spot. First of all, both these teams have been heading in opposite directions lately. Boston has won 6 in a row, 4 1-1 ATS during that stretch. Meanwhile, Chicago did win its last game against Cleveland, but it has lost 5 of its last 6 games. 1-5 ATS during that stretch. Now, before the winning streak, Boston was a pretty inconsistent team all season long. However, it has been consistently good at home so far this season. Boston is 18-10 at home, while Chicago is 12-15 on the road. Now, you might be wondering, Boston was laying 3 over the weekend against Golden State with no Jaylen Brown. Boston was laying 6 against the Lakers in the game prior. Why is Boston only laying 6 in this game against Chicago, who's one of the more underwhelming teams in the Eastern Conference? And the main reason is because of some injuries that are definitely worth keeping track of. Now, Jaylen Brown and Kemba Walker are both questionable for this game due to illness. However, disclosure, it is not COVID, so there's no protocol, no nothing. They probably just have the flu or, I don't know, some kind of light illness. But either way, Kemba played through it over the weekend at 26 points, played 38 minutes, so he looked completely fine. Jaylen Brown did not play, but he had the full weekend to get healthy, so I think he should end up getting back on track here. But you also want to look at Tatum. It's worth mentioning, I guess, he's got a slight injury. He's probable, so he's going to play. It's really not that big of a deal, but I'm just going to throw that out there. Now, the reason why I think the line is 6 is because it has to bake in the potential of Brown and Kemba to not play. However, I think if one of those two play or if both those guys play, this line should probably climb to around 8 or even higher. You look at how valuable Brown is on both sides of the ball and the fact that he had 40 points in his last game against the Lakers. So I do think that Brown, I think he's going to play, but I do think that if you're looking at a situation where the injury report could help you, I'd say, beat a potential 2 to 3 point line move, it's probably worth gambling on because the Chicago Bulls, even if Brown and Kemba don't play, the Bulls are no guarantee to cover this number anyway because they're really not a good basketball team. But either way, looking at Chicago, we faded them over the weekend against Memphis, and they ended up losing by double digits. Main reason, Bulls were bad beforehand, but now they're without Zach LaVine because he has COVID. 27.5 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, and 5.1 assists per game. So offensively, they definitely have some issues with him out of the lineup. According to offensive efficiency numbers, Chicago has the worst offense in the entire league when LaVine is out. And it's not even close. So you look at how Boston has played lately, all the weapons they have offensively with Kemba, with Jaylen Brown, with Tatum. Chicago doesn't have many options. You want to talk about who this team has. You have Vucevic right now, and your second-best scoring option is arguably Thaddeus Young. Like, it's really just a bad lineup in terms of scoring. And I do think that Boston at home should be able to take care of business in this spot. Now, you look at the one meeting so far this season. Boston won in late January by 16 points. It was a road game, so it was in Chicago, and Boston won handily. At the end of the day, I already talked about how good Tatum and Brown are. Question is for Chicago, who's going to guard them? Yeah, Patrick Williams is a very good defender as a rookie, but other than that, you're going to throw in Thaddeus Young, Lauri Markkanen, Denzel Valentine. You don't really have many stoppers on the roster for Chicago, and I do think that Boston, based on how it's played lately and the fact that it just has significantly more talent on the roster, should win this game pretty handily. But other than that, though, would it shock me if Chicago keeps this game close for maybe a half? No, but I'm not going to overreact to a win against Cleveland, who's one of the worst teams in the East. And until Chicago proves they can actually hang with a potential playoff team without LaVine, I'm going to have to fade them because this team on paper really doesn't have enough offensive firepower to hang with the Celtics. The play of the day, once again, here for Monday, April 19th, is going to be on the Celtics -6 at minus 110 on Fox Bet. That's been this installment of Scott's Selections. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.